This episode of Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report is brought to you by the music of Bryn Haswell. To book Bryn for your next event, visit www.brynhaswell.com. And now for Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report.
Okay. Welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report. I'm Mary Winkenwerder. Performing in the open elements can put a strain on even the most healthy skin. For charity vocalist Bryn Haswell, there is no greater love than performing to help others. Of course, as we all well know, all performers need to maintain a healthy-looking presence in order to maintain their overall performance quality. This episode of Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report, we catch up with Bryn to find out his grooming tips from head to toe, as well as learn more about the passion behind his charity vocal work. Bryn, welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report.
Hello, it's really good to be on the show.
It's great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. So, when I first encountered your work, I saw a very confident young man walk into the street, set up a semi-professional work setting. You started to sing this amazing tune as passers-by stopped to listen and share their earnings in support of your talent. The setting looked somewhat overcast, and you were in layers, so I can safely say it was cool outside. Overall, how do you prepare your skin for such outdoor exposure?
To be honest, Mary, there's not much you can actually do to prepare yourself from the cold and everything when you are performing. I mean, layers are essential, gloves, scarves, everything like that. But it's more to do with what you do when you get home. For example, you know, making sure that your skin's moist, and that your lips are still fine and everything like that. It's more to do with what you do after rather than what you do before.
Okay, so are there any particular products that you use afterward to, repair your skin from being in the cold?
Vaseline. I still also find Johnson's baby lotion is quite good.
Really?
As well. Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Might be 20, can still use it, that's still acceptable, definitely. But yeah, that's quite good. But yeah, mainly them two.
Fantastic.
E45 cream as well, a bit, that's pretty good.
Really? Okay. So tell us about your grooming ritual from start to finish, and what products do you use?
To be honest, it's mainly about the hair. The hair is the most important thing. As long as that's looking good, everything's fine. I mean, I use things as well, like to kind of prepare my skin as such, because I don't have the greatest skin. So I do use products to kind of sort that out, and just make sure that, you know, you're trying to be as spot free as you can. Yeah, I mean, I've used all sorts, to be honest. Everything I can find just about in the shops I've tried out. Everything from exfoliating wipes to, you know, the cleaning clear, everything like that. But the best thing I
found... What do you find works better on the acne spots?
Oh, I'd have to go probably clean and clear overall.
Really?
Probably, yeah.
That's wonderful. I hear a lot of good things about that.
I think I've got some here, actually. Yeah. That kind of stuff. And I've also got this one as well, currently. They're the two I'm using at the moment.
Oh, fantastic. And what's it called?
This one's Clean and Clear Deep Cleansing.
Okay.
And that's quite well.
Sure.
With the cotton wool. And, yeah, the other one is Boots' own brand. It's the pharmacy's own brand.
Okay.
Works okay.
I think we have Boots over here as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, since you started to perform outside in the elements, how do you keep your lips from chapping, and how do you maintain your hands, the moisture on your hands?
Hands, the easiest thing is to wear gloves, especially when it's cold.
Sure.
During summer, you're fine. You never have any problems during summer, which is why most buskers actually only busk during summer. I had quite a tough time over winter trying to get out, because it's things like the snow and everything like that. But if you are going out in the cold between, say, I don't know, November and February, gloves.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. And what about lips?
Lips, Vaseline.
Really?
Yeah, Vaseline is the best thing that, to make sure that they don't chafe or chap. So,
wow. Yeah. And they're simple solutions, too. They're within reach.
Yeah.
So, what makes up your favorite hair care arsenal? Your hair always seems to fall in a stylish manner. Every time I see it online and, when I've talked to you online, it always looks great.
Because I also go through periods where I have quite long hair, and I'm one of those people that was naturally gifted, shall we say, with quite thick hair, and also it just seems to fall in the middle, just parts in the middle, down to the side. Some of the YouTube videos have that. At the moment, I've come out of what I call my winter cut, so I've just got my hair recut, and to spike it at the moment, I'm using Shockwave's putty, rather than the gel.
So what does Shockwave do for your hair that the gel does not do?
Well, the gel always looks kind of wet, and a bit kind of, it doesn't look natural. Whereas putty stays in. I'm hoping today it looks kind of semi-natural.
It looks great. It looks really good.
Yeah. Obviously it's stuck up, but that's the one I'd say gives the most kind of natural look as such.
That's fantastic. So let's talk about your charity vocal work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when did it strike you to share your amazing talent to help others?
The original, it was last year, and I kind of decided that I needed something to kind of kickstart the career as such, and a friend of mine, Sharon McLean, she assisted the Children's Heart Unit Fund as a charity to support, and she was the one that came up with the idea as well of the charity single. So really it was her that got the ball rolling. Her niece was in the hospital that the Children's Heart Unit is situated at. So she kind of wanted to help them out. She thought, I'll give him a lifeline as well, and we'll see what he can do.
Awesome.
So I funded all the money for the charity single as such. Myself, from busking earnings, about £800 I think I put in the end. So hopefully, it makes that and more, and all of it goes to the charity, every penny.
That's wonderful. And I'm going to throw this in here as well. It's another question. What exactly is busking? I don't think that's a term that we use here in the States.
Busking, street performing.
Okay.
That's what we call it here in Britain. It's just street performing for money. We have all sorts. We have jugglers. We've currently got and I don't know whether you guys have had them over there yet, but the statues, the human statues.
Oh yeah.
We seem to have a lot of them coming over at the moment. I think it's a great talent, as long as you're not lazy with it. So we get loads that just seem to kind of do what they want, and that's not really being a statue. But the costumes as well are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You get all forms of buskers, basically, all forms of street performers. I think I give something different because I'm one of the only buskers to actually busk without a microphone.
Really?
because I was born with quite a powerful voice anyway. So a microphone would, people would be blown away. Without a microphone, and basically I just I've got a little amp, and I set up my phone to the amp, little lead, play all the music through my phone, and it comes out through the amp, and that's it. That's how easy it is.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So, had you had any professional training up to the point where you started singing, or did it all just come out pleasing?
Before, I've had professional training now. I think it's essential. I think any vocalist should have some form of training, because that's what really brings them on. When I first started, I didn't have any. It was a surprise to me as much as anyone else. I was doing karaoke in Croatia, and I thought I was all right, but I didn't think anything special would happen. And I went up, and it was just after actually my voice had broken, and that seemed to change my whole vocal ability as such. And I went on stage and sang my song, and I got very good applause. And my dad came back, when I came back to my dad to see him, he just kind of went, "Yeah, Bryn, you can sing. We need to do something about this." So,
that's great. So, how did you start to connect with various charities in order to be in a position to help them?
It snowballed really from the single that I did, supporting the first charity. And I basically got approached by a couple of them. One who's very dear to me, Outpost Housing, who do all sorts of work for LGBT.
This episode of Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report is brought to you by the music of Bryn Haswell. To book Bryn for your next event, visit www.brynhaswell.com. And now for Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report.